Troy, and we're here at the Hunt Horse Complex, and we're going to get to know Emily Grace Swinson a little bit better. So Emily Grace, what age did you start riding?
I first got on a horse when I was 2 years old, but I really started riding about when I was 5. I used to just walk around on the lead line when I was 2, and then when I was 5 I moved to a lunge line and trot around in circles.
Yeah. And when did you get your first pony?
I got my first pony when I was 7. My first time I ever rode her, I rode her at a horse show. I was trying her out, and I was doing walk, trot, canter. And that was my first show, and it was my first time to ride my pony.
And what division are you showing in today?
I'm doing the large green ponies. The large green ponies, it's a little smaller than the large pony division. The large pony division is 2'11", and the oxers are 3 feet. And the green large pony division, it is 2'9", with the oxers are 2'11". And since I have such an old pony, I'd rather her do the lower heights.
Okay. And then, what do you plan on doing with your pony Missy as you get older?
Well, actually, I don't plan to do that much more with her. I plan to do one more 4-H show with her, and then I'm going to retire her, and I'm going to move up to a horse.
Cool. And what's your, what do you do other than horses? Like, what are your hobbies?
Nothing. Well, actually, for school, I do play the clarinet, but that's pretty much all I do besides riding horses.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
Before 14, I want to go to the Medal McClay before George Morris, which I highly doubt that's possible. But and then after that, I would like to go to the Olympics, and then right after that, I'd just like to be a professional trainer in the Southern Pines.
Very cool. What are your goals to do for this show?
The pony division is when you can qualify for pony finals, but I don't really plan to qualify for pony finals. This show I'm just kind of doing it for fun, but if there's a slight chance I could, then I'd be really happy to. And this is the last show to qualify for the pony division, so it would be a very slight chance for me to qualify. But
tell us about your horse that you might ride after Missy retires.
Well, the horse I have now, she's 5 years old, she's bay, and she's going to do, we're going to start off with a few pre-children, and then we're going to move up to the children division. The children division is a little higher than what the large pony division is now, but she is just going to be the horse I'm going to ride when I go to the Medal McClay, or if I do, and that's pretty much what she's going to do for me.
Cool. Could you tell me about your best memory with horses?
I can. This is more about my equitation than my pony, but it's pretty close because my pony helped me get there. But this year in January at the NCHJA banquet, I got Best Junior Rider on a Pony, and I thought that was pretty cool.
And do you do any other things other than hunter jumpers?
I do dressage, and I have done, not cross country, but I have done a little bit of stadium jumping, and that's pretty much what I have done.
And I understand that you have a colt in training. Could you tell us about her?
Yes, and it's a him. His name is Scotty. He is a Palomino paint, and I actually got him from Rose. And he is a very playful horse. He's very talented. He can undo gates and take off blankets without ripping them, and he is like one of the most playful horses I've ever been on. But I have sat on him before, and he likes to watch. Every time I get on a horse, he watches everyone very carefully as they go. So I guess when I sat on him for the first time, he just knew that I was supposed to sit on him. So he didn't do anything like all those other babies would. So he's a very good boy.
And what are your plans for your colt in the future?
I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I might I decided that I might do some Western with him. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him. I might do some Western pleasure, or I don't know, something like that. Or I could do, I think he would be a good jumper also, so either one. Because when about a year ago, my aunt, I guess he wanted to get out, and so she closed the gate, and he decided he'd jump right on over it.
What awards have you won for riding ponies and horses?
I haven't won anything for riding horses, but last year at the NCHJA banquet, I got champion for the equitation short stirrup, and then I got champion for 11 and under equitation. I got fourth for short stirrup pony. They count for points every year when you go to shows. And then last year at the Duke show, I got the Junior Sportsmanship Award. And then for my IEA team at Nationals, I got fourth place and the novice on the flat. And then for my IEA team, I got the Junior Sportsmanship Award. And then I got for the most points in the nation award.
And which one of those awards is your most favorite, or your most?
My favorite award that I've ever gotten was probably last year at the Duke show when I got to meet my sportsmanship award.
Why?
I just thought it was so cool that a lot of people thought that I had good sportsmanship, and it meant a lot to me to know that people thought I had good sportsmanship, and it was really fun to get.
And how many times have you been to nationals with your IEA team?
This is actually my first time going to nationals with my IEA team. It's because you start in 6th grade, when you start in 6th grade, which I'm moving to 7th grade, but this is my first year doing IEA, so it was my first time going to nationals.
And how many kids were at IEA nationals?
There was 31 in my flat class, and they called 8 people back for the second day.
Wow, and you placed with all those kids?
Yes.
Stay tuned. Modern Horseman TV will be right back.
If you're interested in a career working with horses, then Martin Community College is the place for you. MCC's Equine Technology program is the only one offered among North Carolina's 58 community colleges. The program is management-oriented with classes in breeding, nutrition, training, riding, equine health, and more. Graduates can leave MCC prepared to work in recreational and racing barns, breed to discipline-oriented farms, or assistant farm management. For more information, contact Martin Community College today.
Swinson. I'm here with Modern Horseman TV at the James B. Hunt Horse Complex. I'm going to do a health segment on how to keep your horse cool. This is my pony Missy, and I'm going to do a little demonstrations on how and where you can do some things to keep your horse cool. First of all, a lot of people hose their horses off, but I've noticed that when you just hose your horse off and keep hosing her, the water on the horse's coat, it turns to the horse's body temperature, so you make sure that when you're done you can scrape. And what really keeps them cool is if you hose them all off, then you scrape them, and you hose them all off and then you scrape them about 3 times. When your horse gets really cool, really hot, you always want to start right here to hose her off, and right under here to hose them off, and here. And their legs, and right under here. When some horses like mine have a pink nose, and right here, she came like this, but when I got her, but this right here, this is what sun damage sometimes looks like her, and it will never grow back when you get it. It's kind of pink right here, and she's lost a lot of her white hair. And then her nose right here, we've put a lot of sunscreen on it to make sure that it hasn't gotten a lot of stuff, but she has a little bit of scabs right there. So you just make sure you want to put sunscreen on their nose, and if they have something like that right there, you might want to put some sunscreen right there. And what I like to do is I like to take a bottle of half alcohol and half water, and I like to spritz them with it because it cools them down a little bit. And that's pretty much how I like to cool my horse off. And I hope you enjoyed this segment. This is another bridle, and they have all the exact same pieces, but this is a different type of bit. This is a D-ring happy mouth. The reason this is a happy mouth is because it's got these, the rubber right here, and mine's all metal. This bit controls the horse more than this bit right here. And the type of bit you have goes with the type of horse you have. Like there's several different type of bits that you can use. And when your horse is super strong, there's either a double rein or a triple rein, and I have a single rein. We both have a single rein. And as you can tell, this is a smaller bridle than this one. This is for a pony, or a small pony, and this is for a large pony. But it doesn't, your horse can have a horse-sized head and still be a large pony, or a small-sized head and still be a horse. So that is all about the English bridle.
Hi, I'm Sophie Bray, and I'm going to be talking about the parts of this jump. So this part right here is the standard, this black and white thing, and that's also what this is. And then these are some poles, and there are a couple different types of jumps, like a cross rail, which is when there's like an X, like that. Like that would be a cross rail without all these poles behind it. And then there's something called a vertical. And if I took all these poles off, that would be a vertical, just one pole going across. And there's another type of jump that's very common called an oxer. And it's kind of when there's one pole right here and it's kind of wide and it stretches like that, so the horse has to jump all the way over it. And then usually they decorate the jumps just to get the horse more interested in it, and just to make it look good. That's a jump. Hi, I'm Sophie Bray here at the Hunt Horse Complex in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I'm going to show you how to tack up a horse with English tack today. So the first thing we do is we put on a saddle pad, which is basically just like a blanket. So we put it on so it's kind of like right at the tip of her mane, because we don't want it to be too far back. And then the next thing we do is we put on a saddle. So you just lift it up and put it right on top of the saddle pad. And always make sure when you're tacking up a horse that you have a saddle pad under the saddle, not just the saddle, because that could hurt their back. So the next thing you do is you put on the girth. And on most saddles, there's a little loop on the saddle pad. And then you put the girth through the loop. And then there are these billets on the saddle. And so usually you do up the first and third billet, but sometimes it can be the first and second one. So after you do that up, we're gonna reach around to the other side. And you're gonna pull the girth up and do the exact same thing on the other side. So, then we have one last thing called the bridle. And the bridle looks really complicated to put on, but actually it's pretty easy. So first of all, there's a part of it called the reins. And we're gonna put those over her head so when I take off her halter, she doesn't go anywhere. And we're gonna unclip her halter and take it off. And then, so I'm gonna hold the bit up to her mouth. And most horses know how to do this. They'll just open their mouth. But some, you might have to hold it there for a little bit. And then you pull this top part over her ears. And then there's a noseband, and this goes under the strap. And you do that together. You just buckle that till it's tight, but you don't want to make it too tight. So it can be a little bit loose so you can fit 1 or 2 fingers through it, but not more than that. And then last but not least, there's the throat latch, which is this long strap that goes under her throat. And just do it so you can fit at least your hand through there, maybe a little bit tighter. And so that's how you tack up a English pony. Hello, I'm Sophie Bray here at the Hunt Horse Complex in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I'm here with 2 girls and their ponies, and they're going to tell me a little bit about themselves and their riding. So, what's your name?
I'm Chloe Meckling, and this is Isaac.
And what's your name?
I'm Riley Curry, and this is Paxton.
Cool. And what division do you guys show in?
Well, I do the pony division, the medium greens. I do the small green pony division.
And do you guys normally do C shows or A shows?
A shows.
Okay. And do you guys plan on going to pony finals this year?
Yes. Letting back. We're trying to qualify.
Cool. Well, what type of ponies are these?
Both of them are Welshes.
Okay. And are they small, medium, or large?
Mine's a medium. Mine's a small.
Cool. Hi.
Okay, that's
I wish you guys good luck this weekend, and thank you for talking to me.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sophie Bray here at the Hunt Horse Complex in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I'm going to talk to you today about helmets. So, it's very important every time you ride to wear a helmet because it protects your head. If you fall off or if you hit your head or at just any random thing. So, as you can see, this is my helmet. It's a Charles Owen helmet, and it's very hard. So if I fall off and hit my head, it won't damage my head. And believe me, I've fallen off many, many times, and I have never ever hurt my head because I've worn a helmet. And there's a chin strap on my helmet that protects it from falling off. So if I fall off and I go upside down or something, it makes it so my helmet cannot come off. And that's about all there is to helmets. Just be sure to always wear one when you ride and be safe.
Hi, I'm Emily Grace Swinson, and I'm here at the Governor James B. Hunt Horse Complex for the North Carolina Hunter Jumper Association annual horse show. And we are here for Pet-A-Pony Day. Okay, with me now is Barbara Reyes, and she is the NCHJA Pet-A-Pony coordinator. Can you tell me a little bit about how you started Pet-A-Pony?
Well, Pet-A-Pony, this is our 8th year of Pet-A-Pony, and I was a hunter jumper competitor, and when I stopped showing a lot, I kept hearing people say, people need to come to the horse show. We need spectators at the horse show. So I decided I would try to do something about that. The purpose of Pet-A-Pony is pretty much kind of 4 points. 1, to get people to the horse show. The jumping is exciting and people like it when they see it. So we need to get them here. 2, as you can see, that it's a very child-oriented project, and as it's important for children to learn very early that animals need more care than just food and water. So it kind of plugs in this, and plus they get to pet them and they're fun and cute. 3, it's kind of a service project for our older teens like Emily Grace, to get them with community service and volunteering, and just sharing what they love with other people. And 4, this has evolved a little over the years, is our nonprofits that have the ponies I started and ran one, and it's a little hard to get your organization out in front of people. So we're hoping that this is their objective, is to kind of get people to come by their booth, get on newsletters, just get on people's radar.
Okay. Can you tell me, I was here last year and there were quite a lot of people. Can you tell me about how many visitors you have each year?
Well, it's really kind of grown a lot. We went from about 600 people 3 years ago to about 1,100 last year. So it's really it's double-digit growth, and so I'm probably expecting 1,000 to 1,500 this year.
Do you have a lot of volunteers that help you out here?
I do. This has been awesome. This has really picked up this year because I have a sign-up genius that helps. But this is something I've learned, that people like volunteering with horse stuff if you just kind of mobilize them and organize it.
Can you tell me about a little of your plans for next year?
Oh gosh, I haven't gotten that far. Probably more of this. I think I've kind of booked in as much as I can handle. But I'm so grateful too that 4-H and Pony Club and the kids from NCHJA and some of two of the area high schools have sent volunteers. So that's really awesome, and we appreciate that, and they're doing a great job.
Can you tell me how much it costs to come pet the ponies?
Pet a pony is free. Parking is free. Admission is free. We want people to come and enjoy them and experience the horse show.
Thank you for spending time with me. I really enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. Modern Horseman TV will be right back.
People from around the Triangle come to Carolina Barbecue of Garner off Highway 70 because they know what they'll get. Authentic Eastern North Carolina chopped barbecue, Southern fried chicken, hush puppies, Brunswick stew, and more. But did you know that they'll come to you? For your next backyard party, company event, graduation party, weddings, rehearsals, or any other occasion, you bring the people, and Carolina Barbecue of Garner will bring the pig. Call 773-0222.
Follow me to Carolina Barbecue.
Hi, I'm Emily Grace, and I'm here with Ashley, and we are here with the Shepherd Youth Ranch. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure. Shepherd Youth Ranch is a nonprofit organization that rescues horses, and we pair them with children who have experienced trauma. And they come out and participate in sessions, 24-week-long sessions with our horses to work through some of their trauma, which might be stemming from abuse, neglect, grief, or loss. Many of these children are acting out at school or in the community or at home, and they're being referred by court counselors and teachers and parents and law enforcement.
Can you tell me how you got your organization started?
Yeah, we actually started in 2008 outside of Charlotte in a town called Lincolnton, and around 2011, 2012 we moved back to the Raleigh Triangle area. We're located just outside of Wake Forest in Franklinton, and we've been growing exponentially ever since. So we're happy to be back. Raleigh's my hometown.
Why are you here on Pet a Pony Day?
We are so excited to be here. We thought it would be a good way to reach out to the public, to share with them about what we do, to engage people that might want to volunteer, that might want to support Shepherd Youth Ranch, and to let more people know and expose our programs so that people can refer our children.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell me how many you've served?
Yeah, we since 2005 we've received funding from the North Carolina Department of Public Safety, and through that granting program we've served over 200 children that have either been at risk of going into the court system or involved in the court system. Since we've been in Raleigh in the past 2 years, we've served over 779 people.
Wow.
So we have a lot of volunteers as well. We have over 100 volunteers on a regular basis for events and people that come out to the ranch to feed the horses and that sort of thing.
Thanks for spending some time with us. We'd love to come out to your ranch to spend some more time with you.
Yeah,
guys.
thank you. We'd love to have you guys. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Hi, I'm Rick Peniston. I train my horse Jake to trust me and be brave in order to face the obstacle challenges and win in extreme cowboy races. It takes dedication, hard work, and innovation to train a champion. As an attorney representing injured persons, I use the same skills to win compensation for people injured in accidents or on-the-job injuries. If you've been injured in an accident or on the job and need advice, call me. I want to hear from you.
Hi, my name's Paul Dunn. I'm from Mule City Feeds here in Benson. I'm a member of the Benson Area Chamber of Commerce, and these are my mules. We want to invite you to come to Benson Mule Days in September. It'll be the 4th weekend. And starting on Thursday, we're going to have a concert. It's free. Please come and see that. On Friday, we'll have the mule events. And it's just like a horse show. You come, you bring your mules, you come sit in the stand, see what happens. The most fun thing that happens all day long is the mule race. We actually have people that are proud enough to go after riding mules, and after that we have a pool. Also on Friday we have rodeo and street dance, and there are all kinds of things going on at the Grove downtown. It's just like being at the state fair. On Saturday it's really a great event where we have a parade like none other in the state of North Carolina. It's just like any parade for about an hour and a half. You get to see all the beauty queens and bands, and then after that there's about 2,000 horse and rider and wagons, and that's one of the biggest events in North Carolina. Saturday afternoon we have a bluegrass show, and Saturday evening we have more rodeos and street dances, and there's plenty of carnival rides for the kids. On Sunday we finish up with a rodeo and more carnival rides. Look forward to seeing you. Come on down to Mule Day this September.